Good morning, everybody. Mike Vacchi, Princetontrader.com, here with your Tuesday market webcast. Okay, daily chart first, real quick. We're back inside the Bollinger Bands, which you would expect after 3, 4, 5 sessions of riding that upper band. We're kind of flattened out, consolidating. You can see how small the ranges are on these candles the last 3 to 4 days. I mean, it has been tight. Hourly chart, it was very choppy, whippy yesterday. Not a tape that I was a big fan of. Didn't really let us get any elbow room to get, we like to take middles for 10 and things like that. None of that was really happening yesterday unless you were blind fading the edges. And anybody that's traded with me for longer than 30 seconds knows I don't blind fade edges. I want the larger moves. And every once in a while you're just going to run into a tape that says, no, your style's not going to work today. And I think that part of being a successful trader is understanding what kind of tape you're in, whether that tape really speaks to your skill set, and if it doesn't, do you want to make any massive adjustment to your skill set, or maybe just trade less and get what you can and move forward, which is what we did yesterday. We ended up getting our day there late by being long 18 on a move up in the overnight, but we didn't do much, and there were periods of the day yesterday where, we had to try out either side, paper cut here, paper cut there. But in running a room, for me, trying to do adapting into, let's be 2-handle scalp traders today, or let's be 3-handle full scalp traders. What I've seen over, 8-10 years I've been doing this is, you're going to get tapes like that. It's better to, our style is very consistent. There's just days that, don't speak to it. And on those days, you just do less. And I think that's a much easier way than trying to reinvent yourself every day as a trader. Because when you reinvent yourself as a trader every day, and people make this mistake all the time, I mean, then you're just like a walking recency bias, and then all of a sudden you're a 2-handle scalp trader when the thing wants to really move. And typically when it's done consolidating, then it really wants to move. So that's my, 2-minute and 30-second trading lesson for the day. Let's talk about this tape. So the bears look great for 7 minutes. That's what most of this is. So Prince 41.27, they bring it in pretty steadily from 6 o'clock in the morning. Then you get a hard break from 41.20 down to 41.01 on the news that the Johnson & Johnson vaccine is going to be, they're going to ask to basically put it on pause after reporting some blood clotting side effects, right? But in typical bear fashion, we go down to 41.01, and now they've hopped it pretty steadily back to 41.12. So you got a bunch of trap shorts down here. We tried it a little bit around 41.08, kept it very tight. Took a -1, and we've been flat, haven't messed with it since, and I'm glad. You've got volume-weighted average price at 41.15. Proprietary moving average is 16.5. That hourly mid-band is sitting up there at 18 and change. Wouldn't be surprised if it retested the whole thing. And then depending on what the next news is about the vaccine, or whatever else the market chooses to care about today, they could completely ignore this and head higher. In which case, if you're the shorts and you're the bears, there's a point where you kind of throw up your hands because you're trading at an all-time high. You actually get some news. But I said this last week. Absent news, the bears simply cannot move this market. And even when they do, it becomes a buy. So what's happened here? There's news. It moved the market. And, unless this is some kind of a bear flag, and I really hope it is, because I'd love to just put a short on today and kick back and watch it go down. We all would. But, they come in, they buy it. You're getting a little bit of a push down here. And, 41.12 is trying to be resistance. You got CPI just came out 0.6 versus 0.5. Hourly average earnings are below. So we'll see what it wants to do fighting over 41.10 here, 41.08 to call it 41.08 to 41.12 it wants to fight over. So we'll see what happens. But the general over prevailing dynamic of news hits, big move down, instantly bought, never looks back, continues to play out. And until they break that dynamic, until you can get down into an area like weekly pivot, you see it there on the chart, or the blue line there, 9-day, until you can get into these areas, hold them on a closing basis, and then stay below them for a subsequent Globex session, the whole session, you're not going to see an ultimate change in this dynamic. We will continue to bleed higher. It will continue to drag people to the upside, kicking and screaming. And, just in the middle of another rally that everybody hates. That's the way of the world. So for me, the whole key today is where do we close versus hourly mid-band. Are we going to close below, that 41.18, 41.19 area? It would be a start. If not, then it's just another slow bleed up to 27, up and over the top. The bears seem pretty tentative taking it higher, but you get that when you're up in blue sky. But until the bulls rather, but until the bears can take it down in a meaningful way, this pattern is going to continue. So be a very interesting day with this little news bomb to see how it plays. All right, everybody have a fantastic day. Be safe, be healthy, take care, trade it well. Come learn how to trade this stuff with us. Come learn how to be consistently successful. Trade them well. Talk to you tomorrow. Follow us over on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Princetontrader. Check us out on Facebook and join us for a free trial at www.princetontrader.com. Trade them well.